While much of the poker world convenes in and around Las Vegas, you'd think the turnout for the Sunday Million might suffer. Think again. Was it the new start time, the $2 million guarantee, or just that poker players realize that there is no better value in poker? Hello, I'm David Tuckman, and welcome to your Sunday Million Highlight Show. This is your final table. Diogenes is our chip leader at hand number 1 with 18.4 million, and Diet Maritime is our short stack with just under 2 million. We're going to pick up the action at hand number 5, blinds at 200,000, 400,000, and Cherry King is first to act, not going to play. Royal Eyes out of the way. Thoboy, not going to play. Thoboy, by the way, won the Sunday 500 in January of this year. Folds around to our chip leader in the cutoff seat. There's the raise. 960,000 chips. A little bit under 2.5x. Fairly standard. FRTK. FRTK is a POKERSTARS Sunday tournament specialist. He has literally won every Sunday tournament except this one. The Sunday warm-up, the Sunday 500, and the Sunday second chance. So obviously he knows what he's doing. He's got chips, and he is going to 3-bet. He's in a great position. He had 13.7 million chips going into this hand. And he's to the left of the chip leader. And sure enough, that 3-bet does get through. And FRTK jumps up to 15.6 million. Jump ahead to hand 8. Blind still 200,000, 400,000. Pretty phenomenal when you think about that FRTK. To win the Sunday warm-up, the Sunday 500, and the Sunday second chance. And now make a Sunday Million final table. Diet Maritime all in for his last 1.6 million. He's only got about 4 big blinds. Does have some fold equity, but if you look at the guy in the big blind, Thoboy, you'd imagine he will call this. It's about 1.2 million back to him, so getting more than 2 to 1. You're going to call with pretty much anything decent. And Queen 10 of clubs definitely qualifies as decent. Diet Maritime's tournament life on the line. He is ahead, and still ahead after a King 5-7 rainbow flop. Turn is a queen. Uh-oh. Diet Maritime needs help. An ace or a 10. Not going to happen. 6 of spades on the river. And Diet Maritime is out in 9th place. From Germany, earns himself $12,898. LeChuck Poker to act under the gun. LeChuck Poker, by the way, a final table regular in the Stars Sunday tournaments. Also has a 3rd place finish in a W Coupe event. Zazzle, 1980. Gotta like the 9s in the cutoff seat. And he does. Makes it just over 2x. And when I say 2x, I mean 2 times the big blind. FRTK, in the small blind, he's got 7s. We already know that he is prone to 3-betting. Obviously an aggressive player. And there's a 3-bet shove. Oh, tough decision for Zazzle. It's for his tournament life. He's way ahead, but obviously tough for him to know that. Can he make this call? No, he can't. It's a tough spot for him. Obviously easy for us. We can see the cards. But you've got to realize the huge pay discrepancy between 8th place and, say, 4th place, if you can just hold on. 8th place will earn themselves $20,474. And if you can just climb the pay ladder up to, say, 3rd place, you're winning 6 figures. A raise from Cherry King. He makes it the min. 2x, that is, 800,000. Sir Ladalot going to call. And that'll probably bring in LeChuck Poker. LeChuck Poker could squeeze here. Nope, going to call. He wants to see a flop with the suited connector. And we'll see this flop 3 ways. 2.7 million in the pot. And it is an action flop. King 4-3. Not much there for the original raiser, Cherry King. LeChuck Poker, though, with the flush draw. And Sir Lat-A-Lot with top pair. Let's see how they play it. A check from Sir Lat-A-Lot over to LeChuck Poker. And LeChuck Poker. Going to lead out at this one? No, he's going to check as well. And this is the original raiser, Cherry King. The Cherry King that's under 4 million chips. Going to put out kind of a babyish bet out there. And Sir Lat-A-Lot's just going to call. I would have thought you would have seen a check raise there. Now, normally, you might not want to check raise with a hand like top pair with only jack kicker. But in this case, your opponent only has 3.8 million chips. You know the chips are going in anyway. LeChuck Poker probably going to raise here. Maybe make it 3.5 million. No, going to call as well. Both top pair and a flush draw playing it somewhat passively. And if you're Cherry King, you just got to be done with it. You got 3 million in chips. I mean, you still have about 8 or 9 big blinds. You just can't afford to waste them here anymore. Obviously easy for us to say. We can see the cards, but you've bet and you've been called in 2 spots. And Sir Lat-A-Lot played this hand so slowly. Gonna cost him. The club on the river and LeChuck Poker. Handed to him. He played the hand slow. But he got there, and it didn't cost him anything just in case he missed. Considering there was a 1/800,000 chip bet on the flop, and then it checked around the turn, he's going to bet a little bit over the half the pot. Cherry King gets out of the way, and Sir Lat-A-Lot, who's played this hand so slow, is going to pay off. I got to tell you, I have all the respect in the world for people that make the final table. It's a very difficult thing to do. We had over 10,200 runners. But I always say it like I see it, and hate the way Sir Lat-A-Lot played that hand. Played top pair so slow, and then when his opponent got there, he decided to pay off. We have a new chip leader, and that's LeChuck Poker. But he could be in trouble because Diogenes has got pocket kings. There's the raise from Diogenes to 1.15 million. FRTK out of the way. Sir Lat-A-Lot, who's now down to 6.6 million, not going to play. Blinds, by the way, have jumped up to 250,000, 500,000. LeChuck Poker with Big Slick could be in a big-time trouble right now. Let's see what he does. He's going to 3-bet. And the question is, when he gets 4-bet, can he get rid of the ace-king? I don't know. It's a really, really tough spot for him. And my guess would be that he probably can, especially considering he's the chip leader. We'll see how it plays out. There's the 4-bet from Diogenes. And it's not a very big 4-bet. But at the same time, if you're LeChuck Poker, you've got to realize there really is no fold equity. There's no way Diogenes going to put 5.2 million in and then fold. Sure enough, LeChuck Poker shoves. Diogenes obviously not going anywhere at the kings. And we'll see a monster pot. And LeChuck Poker in bad shape. Needs running clubs or running straight cards or an ace. Well, we can get a club or an ace on the river. Here it is. Not going to happen for him. Deuce of Hearts on the river. And LeChuck Poker now down to 7.6 million. Diogenes reclaims the chip lead and is now have over 30 million chips. We jump ahead to hand 19. Diogenes still our chip leader with 31 million chips. Blind still 250, 500. Cherry King all in. Royalize going to call him. Don't think Thowboy will make the call after Royalize makes the call. And he doesn't. Diogenes out of the way, I'm sure. FRTK will probably get out of the way as well. And we will see a heads-up battle between Cherry King and Royal Eyes. Cherry King's tournament life on the line. He's from Kiev, the Ukraine. 9-6-3, couple of clubs out there. Cherry King needs help. He's open-ended now. He's got the 8 in his hand. The river, not going to complete that straight. Deuce of clubs, an absolute blank for him, and Royal Eyes is going to win the pot with ace high. Cherry King out in 8th place. As I said, from Kiev, earns himself $20,474. Hey, one consolation, I've been to Kiev. The women there are absolutely gorgeous, I swear. Legs that go on forever. Now, let's be honest, the guy came in 8th place. He earns himself $20,000. Not a bad way to spend your Sunday. Diogenes going to raise it up. $1.2 million with the Queen Jack. Sir Lat-a-Lot. Queen 9. Thinking? Nope, not going to play that one. LeChuck Poker folds. Royal Eyes gets out of the way, and it goes over to Thoboy with the King Jack. He's got Kojak. Tough hand to play out of position. Obviously, we can see that he's in great shape. But remember, he doesn't know that. Thoboy, by the way, from Denmark. He's having a really good 2011. Once again, he won the Sunday 500 in January of this year. Oh, wow. It's a great flop for Thoboy. Because not only has he flopped top pair, but his opponent has as well. And he's got his opponent outkicked. A bet from Diogenes. Pretty standard. You figured he'd put the C-bet out there almost no matter what flop hit, especially if he hits top pair. A bet and a call. And the turn card actually might save Diogenes. Thoboy checks again. And you imagine Diogenes might check behind. A little bit of pot control. No, he's going to bet. And he bets $2.5 million. A little bit of check raise time from Thoboy. Yep, there's the check raise of $6.1 million. And that should be Diogenes' clue to get out. And he does get out. The king on the turn, saving Diogenes. Thoboy now up to over 20 million chips. He's currently second. Diogenes now down to 27.2 million chips. Diogenes, by the way, from Montreal. I love Montreal. If you've never been to Montreal, by the way, check it out. St. Catherine Street. It's a good time. Sir Lat-a-Lot limps in. Let's just say that's unconventional. 7-handed at the final table. I've done probably well over 100 of these. And the amount of times that people actually limp in, yeah, it just doesn't happen very often. Sir Lat-a-Lot limps in, which helps explain the way he played the King Jack earlier on when he played it so passively. And now he's going to see this flop 5 ways. Good luck. Pot is 2.8 million chips. And lucky for him, he's actually flopped top pair. And as I said earlier, I really don't like to get on these players because there's many, many different ways to beat a poker game. Having said that, if you ask many of the pros out there, if you ask the really, really good players out there, rarely is limping in a 7-handed no-limit hold'em game the way to go, especially at the final table of the Sunday Million. Well, Sir Lat-a-Lot going to bet with his ace. Diogenes going to call. He's got a pair of 6s.